Match day 1 in the 2022 AFC Champions League. It is the West region, and it is Duhail against Al-Taawoun at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. A team from Qatar against a team from Saudi Arabia. Nominally, it is a home game for Duhail, but this is Al-Taawoun's place. This is their territory. This is their turf. This is their stadium. And they're going to need those fans behind them because it's been a tough season, a very tough season for Al-Taawoun. They find themselves in the league hovering above relegation. The only thing that really unites these teams is they've just both changed managers. But for Duhail, with the new man in charge, and what a new man in charge, what a reputation as a player. What a legacy, Hernan Crespo, and his opposite number, John van den Brom. They inherit clubs in different places. Duhail, the Red Knights, have just won the Emir Cup. They're in good spirits. But the Al-Taawoun fans, the Wolves, they're in good voice, even though they are struggling at the wrong end of the table. Here at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium, it is hard to see that Duhail are anything other than the favourites for this match. But you just never know what impact the home fans could have. And indeed, the change in management, it always alters the dynamic in some way, for good, for bad, for who knows what at this stage. Are the Wolves back? Well, not in the league. Might be back in the second tier where they used to play, if they're not careful, if they don't turn around their season fast. Waxing and waning the fortunes of Al-Taawoun, and they're against a team that was second in the table last season and that currently sits second in the league. At the King Abdullah Stadium in Al Qasim, the city of Buraida, it is the home of Al-Taawoun, and they are taking on Duhail as a team from Saudi Arabia faces a team from Qatar. It is Duhail who are the home team, but not really, because this is the back garden of the Wolves, and they will need their home support because they're up against a team that has been playing very well. A team packed with stars, a team managed by one of the great stars. Can Al-Taawoun provide a real shock? And it would be something of a shock considering the form that they have been enjoying, or rather have not been enjoying. The likes of Toby Alderweireld making their Champions League debut, but highly experienced in the European equivalent of the competition. It's going to be a tough challenge for the Wolves, no doubt about it. And it's going to be jolly entertaining discovering if they can do it. And they will provide much of our entertainment. The Wolf Pack watching on. Hernan Crespo's first game in charge, and one choice is easy. Salah Zakaria in goal. A clear first choice for the club. Number 4, Toby Alderweireld, has never played in the AFC Champions League, but he knows its European counterpart very well indeed. In attack, number 10, Edmilson Junior, has been in good form in the league, scoring 6 goals from a wide position. And number 11 on the opposite side, Almoez Ali, has managed 7. Plenty of goals in this team. Mohanad Sarai of Iraq, the referee. And the respective captains on the left, Al-Muez Ali, the 25-year-old born in Khartoum in Sudan, and Rayan Al-Musa, 27-year-old who joined the club in 2018. In goal for Al-Taawoun, Motaz Al-Bakawi makes his Champions League debut, having only played once in the league this season. He'll need the likes of number 2, Yazid El Bakka, to be on top form at the back. And where do the goals come from in this relegation-threatened team? It has to be number 3, Leandri Tawamba, who has managed 15 in 25 in the league this season. On the bench for Al Duhail, a host of veterans like Luis Junior and Ali Afif, but keep an eye on the youngster Rashid Abdulaziz Al Abdallah. The 18-year-old wearing 28 has looked terrific in his limited appearances for the team. And it's a substitutes bench full of youngsters for new manager John van den Brom of Al-Taawoun, 4 of whom are yet to make their first team debut for the club. Is it a time to find new heroes? How important he has been, a man from Cameroon. First game in charge. And it's a big one. And for him too. Hernan Crespo and John van den Brom. Number 7 for Al-Taawoun, Fahad Al-Rashidi. Yazid El Bakka, the right-back position for Al-Taawoun, and the captain Rayan Al-Musa. Namtehi wearing number 19 for Al Duhail, versatile midfielder. And the massively experienced 33-year-old Toby Alderweireld in defence for Al Duhail. Just moments away from the start of this one, and they could not be more ready for it. And I hope you are too, wherever you're watching the action from, whoever you're supporting, whether you're behind Al Duhail or Al-Taawoun or just enjoying this as a neutral. Great to have your company. Should be a very interesting fixture in Group D of the West region of the 2022 AFC Champions League. Group D of the 2022 AFC Champions League. It's the West region, and Al Duhail of Qatar take on Al-Taawoun of Saudi Arabia. This is in Buraida, in the north central region of Saudi Arabia, the Al Qasim region. It is very much the home stadium of Al-Taawoun in the yellow. And 2 teams who have just recently changed their managers. And certainly for the team from Saudi Arabia, I hope that they will change their fortunes. He will hope, Hernan Crespo, that things continue as they certainly were going so well when they won the Emir Cup at the start of the year. It's played by Tarek Abdallah Mohammed. Almost. Hernan Crespo and John van den Brom, the managers. First game in charge. In possession, the captain, Ayaan Al Moussa. Toby Alderweireld picks this one up. Sends it back to Salah Zakaria, 22-year-old. Impressive young goalkeeper. Alderweireld to Sultan Al Breik. That was Yazid El Baka who committed the foul, the 26-year-old who's played 18 times in the league this season. First season at the club, joined after a couple of years at Al Ahly. Already space on the wing here. Useful at getting forward, Sultan Al Breik. What a nice ball, and it was Fajani Sassi at the far post who had the chance. And Sultan Al Breik already proving his worth down the wing. Al-Moez Ali was probably the intended target. Score of 7 goals in the league this season. Alderweireld. Clever ball. Edmilson Junior. So far in the group, Sepahan have started well. 3-1 victory over Paktakor. A foul on Hassan Al-Amri. As we look at Al-Moez Ali, captain of Al Duhail. 35th game in the AFC Champions League. Has scored 7 goals, didn't get any last season. Run out of play by Tarek Abdallah Mohammed. Al-Amri. Great opportunity this for him under a new manager to really establish himself firmly as a fixture in the team. Only 8 starts in the league this season. Come on quite a lot of the substitutes, so it's an interesting decision to see him placed firmly as a starter here. Not a bad idea, looking for Tawamba. Alderweireld just muscling him intelligently off the ball. Thumped by Christian Luyendama. Balobaid. Eventually it's gone behind for a corner kick. Balobaid on to Sumayhan Al-Khabit. Bit of a hefty collision with Bassam Al-Rawi. They continue to believe, don't they? Even though the team is in unfamiliar territory, struggling. Plenty of movement as the corner kick comes in. It's half cleared. Now fully away. Obvious target was Leandre Tawamba. Miscontrolled by Álvaro Medran, a man who joined in December from Chicago Fire. He's had a good collection of clubs, such as Real Madrid, Valencia. Played back by Luyendama. Oh, given away. Ryan Al-Musa unable to deal with the ball, and it's straight in at the near post. Oh dear. Edmilson Junior with a very simple goal and a very disheartening goal. Goals that come from errors are particularly tough to take. Goals that go in at the near post are particularly tough to take. Goals that go in inside the first 10 minutes in the AFC Champions League are particularly tough to take. So all in all, that is a difficult one for Al-Taawoun. They trail by a goal to nil. Dare they look at it again? Motaz Al-Bakawi loose with the ball. The captain Ryan Al-Musa exposed, and the finish really was too easy for Edmilson Junior. He took it well, that must be acknowledged. He also stole the ball back well. And does Yazid El Baka present him with too much of a clear sight of goal? And does Motaz Al-Bakawi not quite make his body big enough and strong enough? Plenty of things for his opposite number to ponder, but it's a goal for Edmilson Junior, his 5th in the Champions League. Now, what is the response to be from John van den Brom's team? Yazid El Baka charging down the right wing. Played in the playoff round against Al-Jaish. Victory on penalty kicks for his side. Good play from Al-Duhail, really opening up some space in the midfield. Important touch from Fahad Al-Rashidi, but it's with the goal scorer, Edmilson Junior. Gentleman whose father, Edmilson, a Brazilian footballer, played for Standard Liège in Belgium. Karim Boudiaf. Now on from Fajani Sassi. And a great counter-attacking chance. Can Alderweireld get there? What a chip! That is brilliant! Superb, and it had to be him. If anyone was going to rescue them, it would be him. He practically gets all of their goals. Leandre Tawamba makes it 1-1, and it is a delightful finish. In the 11th minute, they draw level. Al-Taawoun. That really was a moment of exceptionally quick thinking from Leandre Tawamba. I wondered if Alderweireld was going to get across. It's another error, really, that's led to the goal. But that is judged perfectly. And it's a great ball, too, from Tarek Abdallah Mohamed. Have to credit him with that super pass. Yes, that just gets more and more pleasant to watch every time you see it. A first ever AFC Champions League goal for Leandre Tawamba. He scored in the African Champions League, he scored in the UEFA Europa League. Now, a new competition, and he's made his mark on it, just as he's done with all the others. Well, what an opening to this game. I'm sure there are some of you supporting Al-Taawoun who would have had that sinking feeling when Edmilson Junior's goal went in, that it was all going to go wrong all too quickly. But that was a prime example of that great sporting cliche of the big player turning up at the right occasion. Leandre Tawamba playing his part, as did Christian Luyendama there, player from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Certainly a foul. Álvaro Medran. Player who went down, Fajani Sassi. Alderweireld up. He's only scored one goal so far for the team. It was in the Emir Cup back in March. Al-Rawi is also up. It goes instead on the edge of the area to Namtehi. Possession recaptured. Sumayhan Al-Habib loses out though. In the end, it's thumped by Abdallah Mohamed, not quite with the finesse with which he played the pass through to Leandre Tawamba. As we look at Hassam Al-Amri. Saad Balobaid will restart. Oh, what an important interception that was. Outstretched leg doing the job. The attack builds once more. And still more danger, good save. Motaz Al-Bakawi. And that will probably feel quite good for him as well from the shot by Fajani Sassi. Something he could really get his hands to and turn behind. Perhaps to dull the memories of the opening goal from Edmilson Junior. Plenty of aerial threat. Well, not if the ball's played like that. Nam. Alderweireld. Oh, it's gone all the way through. Just couldn't quite get the shot in. Mustafa. Goalkeeper parries it. It's cleared away by Luyendama. Al-Rawi. Goalkeeper should claim, and yep, just about. Don't worry, everyone. Says Motaz Al-Bakawi, the 24-year-old. Interesting decision to put him into this game. Just the one appearance in the league this season. This player back is Boudiaf. Alderweireld. Sultan Al-Breik. We must point out that it is the number 18 for Al-Duhail's 25th birthday today. Actually, it's his 26th birthday. Player who joined from Al-Wakra in 2018. And here he is. Edmilson Jr. back to Al-Breik. Got himself into trouble trying to beat Al-Rashidi. Tawamba over the top, great ball, brilliant ball, a chance for Al-Amri. He's got to make a decision. That's not too bad a decision. But they've been very quickly overpowered, Al-Taawoun, by the Al-Duhail defenders. They really did recover their position quickly. And just a hint of a missed opportunity for the team in yellow. Super pace to the game, very entertaining, very competitive too. Really clear that the great threat as Alderweireld corkscrews that ball to the offside Abdelrahman Mustafa. Well, as I was saying, it's clear that the great threat from Al-Taawoun is the ball over the top behind the defence. And the chance to counter-attack against the Red Knights. Zakaria. He's played 15 games in the league this season. Gives that away though. El Baka trying to battle with Al-Breik. Al-Rashidi. And they've won it back and won it back well. Couldn't use El Baka, he was offside, now he's okay. Abdallah Mohammed. Álvaro Medran. Disciplined use of the ball, almost not disciplined use of the ball there by Al-Taawoun. Out to Yazid El Baka. It's a very different season for Al-Taawoun, considering they were fourth in the league last year. It's their third time in the Champions League. Al-Baka does well, actually. Just clips Al-Amri unexpectedly. Floated almost towards Tawamba, whose equalising goal was a little piece of poetry. Oh, that's won back well by Saad Balobaid. Al-Musa. Ilbaka over the top. Should be an easy one for Alderweireld to watch run back to his goalkeeper. What it must feel like for young Salah Zakaria to have Toby Alderweireld playing just in front of him. Player who has put together over 500 appearances at club level in all competitions. And the trophies he's won: 3 times the Dutch top flight, La Liga, a series of cup competitions. I look back at the equalising goal in the 11th minute from Leandre Tawamba. Abdallah Mohamed. Important touch that from the number 5, Bassam Al-Rawi. Very interesting career he's had, and very interesting family life as well. Al-Rawi, the 24-year-old. Father played for the Iraq national team in the 1990s, but despite being born in Baghdad, Al-Rawi grew up in Qatar. A real footballing background. It's on to Tawamba. Alderweireld gets across. That's shaping up to be a most intriguing contest. Tawamba against Alderweireld. Flicked on by the captain, Al-Moez Ali. Moved to Qatar as a child after being born in Sudan. Break. Covering is Ryan Al-Musa. Only as far as Namtaehi, the player from Jinju in the far south of the Republic of Korea. What will his observations be so far? Alan Crespo coming in to replace Luis Castro. It's his 6th managerial job. Had a short spell in charge of São Paulo last year. Took them to the Campeonato Paulista. But didn't have an easy time of things in the Campeonato Brasileiro. Al-Bakawi lofts it a little beyond Yazid El-Baka. For John van den Brom, it's his 10th job in management. was in charge of Genk in 2021. Al-Rawi, nice idea on the diagonal to look for Edmilson Junior. He's useful in this sort of position, happy to do that. And to do that, oh, well done the goalkeeper. Motaz Al-Bakawi, very well read. That's a horrible ball to deal with as a goalkeeper, and he does well. But that's exactly what Edmilson Junior is so good at. And I don't think there's too much doubt Abdelrahman Mustafa is coming in to play that if the goalkeeper does not get there. Corner is dealt with. I think it was Al-Rashidi who got the decisive touch. Two yellow shirts went for it. Nam. Still got some of the big players up there, including Alderweireld just behind him. Goalkeeper is safe again. Well done, Motaz Al-Bakawi, because after that opening mistake when he gave the ball away to Edmilson Junior, put Ryan El Moussa in a very difficult position. One might have wondered if he was in for a very unpleasant time of things, but he's actually recovered pretty well. Made a few good saves. Al-Break, it's another challenging ball. Quite some pressure from Al-Duhail. It should be Medran to cut out, and it is. Straight away, the attack goes on, over the top, good touch from Luyendama. It's not a bad idea at all from Soumaïan Al-Khabit, relieve some pressure. Useful ball. Hassan Al-Amri wanted it back on the wing, instead it goes to Al-Rashidi on the overlap. El Bakar, good save. Al-Rashidi testing Zakaria. Yet to score in the Champions League, this is his 10th appearance. Only has one goal ever for the club. I think he's offside, Leon Tawamba. Very good season he's been having, especially when considering how tough a time the side has had as a group. Al-Break, it's a difficult one. It's going to continue to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult over the top. Abdelrahman Mustafa, who spent his whole career at the club, just didn't quite look as though he'd got himself into the right position for that. This was a testing effort from Fahad Al-Rashidi, just started to curve away from the goalkeeper, but Zakaria read it well. Christian Luyendama on loan. Parent club is Galatasaray. Al-Rashidi moves the ball on, and the shot in the end from Soumaïan Al-Khabit was probably best left as a dim and distant memory of this first half. But he's allowed to try spectacular things. It was him that scored the 81st minute equaliser against Al Jaish in the playoff round. So he's earned a little good favour with the fans, certainly. 3 times a winner of Serie A. Also won the Premier League, Copa Libertadores, an Olympic silver medal. When you look at your manager, and their name's Hernan Crespo, and they've got a record like that, you know you're playing for somebody who can speak with great authority about the decisions you should and shouldn't be making out on the pitch. Buriaf. El-Rawi. Giving chase is Mustafa. Back to Sassi. They've won that back well, but it's temporary respite for Al-Taawoun. Nielsen Junior sliced away somewhat by Luyendama. Nielsen Junior, score of the opening goal. As ever, creating something out of nothing from the corner. Restarted quickly, the goalkeeper needs to read it, punches it, not particularly convincingly, blocked by Al Musa. Well, that was less authoritative from Motaz Al-Bakawi. It allowed Mustafa to shoot. Good job that Rayan Al Musa was in position. Another quickly taken corner. Al-Khabit, and that should relieve the pressure. A foul on Leon Tawamba, who quite cleverly played for it. Moment of dread as that shot came flying back in. You could almost see it on the face of the goalkeeper. Abdelrahman Mustafa spent his whole career at Al-Duhail. Has had 3 loan spells, but all domestic ones. And so many of these young players that are coming through the Al-Duhail team are so accustomed to winning trophies. 7 times the Red Knights have won the Qatar Stars League. First won the title in 2011, a year after getting promoted from the 2nd division. They became the first team ever in their country's history to do that, to go up and immediately win the title. But they have, Al-Duhail, gone out in the group stage of the last 2 AFC Champions Leagues. 3 times they've made the quarterfinals. Al-Taawoun made the round of 16 last time, but went out in the group stage in 2017, their only other appearance before this season. For the first caution for the foul on Abdelrahman Mustafa. And there's rather a swarm of players getting involved. Yellow card to Christian Luyendama. Yes. I'll leave you to make up your own mind. Toby Alderweireld. Namtehi. Oh, it's very well defended, greatly. Then a foul on Soumaïan Al-Khabid. Referee Mohamed Sarai is having a few tricky moments. It was Mohamed Ala Eldin jumping into the back of Al-Khabid. Well inside the last 10 minutes of the first half in this meeting between Al-Duhail and Al-Taawoun of Qatar and Saudi Arabia respectively in Group D of the West region of the 2022 AFC Champions League. And a rather splendid atmosphere in this stadium, the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. All the more impressive considering that it's getting close to midnight local time. So I hope nobody near the stadium is trying to get a good night's sleep, because the Wolf Pack are in fine voice. The fixtures are as piled up as that incident there. And this is because the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Buraida is hosting this particular group, so games are played in pairs. But you know what? It doesn't matter how late you stay up if you're watching your team win. Although some parents would probably disagree with that assessment, but never mind. He might have controlled that with his arm, Sultan Al-Break. Well, difficult ball, and that was always going to be a foul, wasn't it, by Leandro Tawamba? It'd be very interesting to look back at this. Bassam Al-Rawi went down. In a situation like that, invariably the decision goes against the attacker. Does he really make meaningful contact? Hard to see from there. Doesn't matter because he's got another chance again. He's hit the post. Álvaro Medran with the ball. That shot came out of nowhere. Oh, and that's tipped over the top by Zakaria, who just stood there and watched, hopefully wishing and wishing and getting his wish. Another excellent run from Tawamba, and it's a clever shot too. It's evident from watching the 32-year-old player that he's such an intelligent decision maker when in front of goal. And what unites that and the chance that he took earlier, both shots taken very quickly, very early. And perhaps on both occasions, the goalkeeper, the defenders might have expected a second touch to be taken. Alderweireld hasn't had the easiest time of things, courtesy of the Cameroon player. Slightly a wayward challenge from the captain, Ryan Al Moussa. Another look at this shot from Tawamba. Just went underneath Al-Rawi. Álvaro Medran as well. That was a tricky one for Zakaria. He made a sensible decision, the youngster. Now, what kind of finish do we have to this first half? Al-Taawoun seemed to be finishing it more strongly. And can Duhail hit them with a goal somewhat out of nowhere? Played on by Sassi. Edmilson Junior. Fajani Sassi, man from Tunisia. Defended well by Tawamba coming back. Certainly made the most of the little shove, Tahre Abdallah Mohammed. Al-Bakawi to send this one long. 24-year-old from Bakar. Towards the north of Saudi Arabia. Came through the youth team, made his debut in 2018. As there is an issue for Hassan Al-Amri, one that is clearly causing him quite some pain too. A 27-year-old really will be desperately hoping not to be injured when he's got an opportunity to start the game. As mentioned earlier, doesn't start too many. Only 8 out of 18 appearances in the league this season have been in the starting 11. So he'll doubtless want to get back on, keep playing, show what he can do to the new manager, John van den Brom. Offside over the top. Still plenty of time for a chance or two to be created as we approach half-time. Entertaining first half. And hopefully more of the same to come in the second as Alderweireld explores his options and just slightly overhits it. Maybe there was a chance for Abdelrahman Mustafa to take that, bring it down. But they will, one suspects, be heartened by what they've seen. This is a resilient and impressive looking Al-Taawoun. And they're going to need to be resilient, not just in this competition, but in the league too. Perhaps the last chance of the half. Furthest player forward is Ali in the box, the only player in the box. Now Edmilson Junior. 2 additional minutes to be played. What a clever overlap. Difficult for Luyendamar, pulled back, and the header was from Fajani Sassi. And it was a great opportunity. Great play from Mala Eldin. Very good cross. Maybe just came at him slightly too quickly to control. It is his first ever game in the AFC Champions League. But he's won the African Confederations Cup with 2 clubs. He's won the Tunisian League, the Egyptian Premier League, a whole collection of domestic cups. A little aggravation to conclude this first half. Is there a chance to come, though? There always is when he gets the ball in this position, Edmilson Junior. And they definitely fouled a very, shall we say, clumsy challenge from Abdallah Mohamed. As expected, coming forward, Bassam Al-Rawi. De Weireld will be there as well. Interesting position for the Belgian player as he looks at this, explores his options. Feasible to do a couple of different things. Cross or shot? Shot, and not a good one. It's the last action of an enjoyable first half at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Buraida. And a game that began with an uneasy feeling for Al-Taawoun. Yet another early goal, yet another soft goal scored by Edmilson Junior. But right after that, an excellent equaliser just 4 minutes later from Leandre Tawamba. Fabulous finish, and it means it's 1-1 at the break, and we have the prospect of a great second half to come. Welcome back to the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in the Al Qasim region of Saudi Arabia, and the second half of Al Duhail and Al-Taawoun. And what a fascinating first half it was too. The early goal scored by Edmilson Junior after really a difficult moment for Motaz Al-Bakawi in goal, making life even more difficult for Ryan El Moussa. Eventually, they were both rather humiliated by Edmilson Junior, but the pain did not endure. 4 minutes later, Leandre Tawamba scored a fantastic equaliser, a beautiful chip over the top of Salah Zakaria. There have been other chances for both teams, and all of that means that there is everything left out in the open as we are about to begin this second half. And how important he continues to be in their season, how important he's been as well at the back. Not too many opportunities so far for Almoez Ali, but always looking dangerous is Edmilson Junior, especially when playing out of the corners. Such a clever player. The second half begins at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. It is the away team, but really the home team, Al-Taawoun, who are in possession, wearing their traditional yellow, for they are the host team for this group, Group D of the West region of the 2022 AFC Champions League. Assam Al-Rawi has the ball. Headed on by Al-Habib, but flag up. Club founded in 1956, Al-Taawoun turned professional 4 years later. Their current name meaning cooperation. Their nickname, the Wolves. And they take on a team with a very different sort of history. A complicated history, though, has been acquired, certainly, as that's flicked on very nicely by Tawamba to Al-Rashidi. Yes, as I was saying, a complicated history has been acquired by Al Duhail, courtesy of their formation by the merging of Lekhouia and El Jaish in 2017. Sassi goes out to Mohamed Ala Eldin. Mustafa, good play, just took that a little too far. No, he didn't manage to hold on. Sassi curls it! What a nice idea from Fajani Sassi. He was really very close. That was what was given as offside again. Not so sure. And they wanted a handball. Appealed strong from Al-Rashidi. Goalkeeper alert to the run of the number 7. The breakaway at the other end potentially. That's all rather unnecessary, and well, as is that. Yazid El Baka going down. You don't really want your captain to be engineering this. Mohamed Sarai, that will be in for a similarly tempestuous second half. I mean, it's a clear foul, no doubt about that. It's what happens afterwards that was all rather daft. Yes, I mean, it's indecorous from the pair of them. Was that a handball? Very useful position for the in-swinging delivery out of Alderweireld. It's a very good stop. Motaz Al-Bakawi will doubtless have not had a great view of that. And really, if nothing else, it was an instinctive save. Had Alderweireld just created more of an angle on that header, surely it would have been a goal. To the near post for Karim Boudiaf, but not remotely threatening. Yet more evidence of the usefulness of Edmilson Junior. This is a lovely ball, and doubtless Alderweireld will be wondering how on earth he didn't manage to put that in. Though credit should be given to the young goalkeeper. Hernan Crespo in his first game in charge, 46-year-old. His 6th managerial post after being in charge of São Paulo last year. And standing next to him in the other dugout, you have another debuting manager. Both of them judging what they can learn about their players today. The first step on what they will doubtless be hoping is a long road, not one with a premature ending. Al-Amri has been fouled. Al-Khabit cuts inside, good play Al-Khabit, what a nice block that was. Very important defending. Al-Khabit looked as though he had a free opportunity. On the subject of free opportunities, Mustafa was in a great position, they didn't use him, oh dear. Abdelrahman Mustafa certainly was all alone. To John van den Brom, the head coach of Al-Taawoun, 55-year-old, taken over from the interim coach Mohammed Al-Abdali after his brief spell in charge. Again, Edmilson Junior headed down and hacked into the air by El Rashidi. It's cleared by Luindama. Edmilson Junior, I'll break. Having to work defensively is Tawamba. Well, the mandate really for Crespo is going to be quite simple, but not simple, if you know what I mean. It's to turn them from a second-place team into the champions once more. A feat that has been accomplished on 7 occasions. Yet again, Edmilson Junior creates some space, and He's not going to win the foul on this occasion. It's been a fine game, though, from the player who has played 17 and scored 6 in the league. What it would do to their side if they can get a win in the opening game can often be the way that continental success absolutely transforms struggling league form. Al-Amri just about did enough for Al-Aildin. El-Baka with purpose, but without accuracy. And Al-Rashidi just overcommitted with that challenge and connected with Zakaria. It looks like to the displeasure of Toby Alderweireld too. I mean, one might well argue that he does really try to avoid any serious impact. There's certainly no intent. Boudiaf goes back to the goalkeeper. Six games to be played in the group stage. The top side guaranteed to advance, and the 3 best second place teams will do likewise. Space, an opportunity denied, deprived. Fine defending from the captain, Rayhan Al Moussa. Edmilson's corner, headed clear by Al-Rashidi. Certainly the pressure, though, is increasing from Al-Duhail. There remains, nonetheless, the clear potential for a counter-attack. That's where Al-Taawoun can be at their best. Mustafa has on the overlap, Al-Aildin just goes a touch behind him. Mustafa plays it to the captain, over the top. Al-Muez Ali with a wonderful opportunity. And he was indeed onside. Mustafa's ball to Al-Muez Ali, and how did he manage to scoop this over the top? To be fair, the ball was bobbling a touch, but I doubt that that explanation will satisfy him. He looked like he could barely believe that he'd done that. One of the more experienced players on the Al-Taawoun bench is going to come on. It looks to be an enforced change rather than a tactical one. So Fahad Al-Rashidi departs the game and is replaced by Al-Hazza. 30-year-old from Dammam in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. He's actually on loan from Al-Ettifaq, where he's spent virtually all of his career. He's had 3 loan spells, but the other ones were back in 2014, 2015. Al-Khabit, good goalkeeping. Had to get down low as Zakaria. He's gone down even lower there. It's an unexpected first contribution from Al-Hazza. It's a great opportunity for the number 90 for Al-Taawoun to start to get back into first team contention, because he was really falling out of favour. That has met with absolute fury from Christian Ruyndema, who has been booked. And he needs to be very careful. Don't see that every day, do you? In the defensive wall, Saad Balabaid and Soumakhan Al-Khabit. As expected, Edmilson Junior. How will the outswinger fare? The in-swingers have been very effective. Let's find out. It's a challenging one to Alderweireld at the back post. Goalkeeper is very secure and is fouled. He's mostly got it right today, Motaz Al-Bakawi. It's just, regrettably, the opening goal did set the team back. And it was he that was the architect of it. And that one has caused him a little pain. A reminder of how it all happened as well. Edmilson Junior, it is a good finish, but there's nothing about that that is pleasing from a defensive perspective. Now, on the subject of things that are pleasing for Al-Taawoun, that from Leandre Tawamba was a delight to watch. Again, though, Duhail were not exactly flawless at the back. So both teams united by 2 very well taken goals, virtuoso goals, but goals that are rooted in defensive instability. Tawamba playing it to Medran, who did enough just to secure the free kick, courtesy of Boudiaf. He did, Medran, actually play in the UEFA Champions League for all of 7 minutes for Real Madrid. It was back in December of 2014 against Ludogorets. Does he control that with his arm? Sassi. Good touch on to Mustafa. waiting for the overlap. Instead, they just about get it out to Ala Eldin. One wonders if playing it wide to him in the first place might have been the best decision. Corner is nodded away, as it so often is, by Luyendama, 28-year-old on loan from Galatasaray. One would not rule out a permanent move, though, for him, as Nam plays a decent ball in. But he does have this habit of turning loans into permanent moves. That's what he did when he was at Standard Liège before, and that's what he did when he was at TP Mazembe. Just couldn't quite bring that under control. Falobait. One back, but unfairly by Boudiaf. A player who was born in the suburbs of Paris. Well, we are well into the last 30 minutes of this game. It's rather a different sort of match from the first half. Doesn't quite have the intensity that the first did. Still, though, an interesting contest, if for no other reason than how finely balanced it is. It's absolutely conceivable that either side will find a way through. Going down with great hope was Tawamba. Not sure how much even he believed that one. Now he's gone down more concerningly. Let's have another look. Oh, was there a pull by Al-Rawi? I mean, you do have to say, if you're grappling with an opponent like that, then you do risk a foul being given, and one can understand actually why Leon Tawamba is aggrieved. And do we ask ourselves the question, does that get given as a free kick elsewhere on the field of play? Ball given away to Al-Amri, who's on his own, but has an increasing supply of options if he can just hold on to the ball for a moment. And he'll win the free kick. Oh, now what happened there? It's going to be a yellow card for Bassan Al-Rawi. And there's a whole load of really quite unacceptable conduct now. And again, once again, the captain of Al Duhail, Al-Muez Ali, is involving himself. And one asks the question, is that what you want from a captain? Tricky one for Mohamed Sarai to calm down. And all of it coming from this incident here. It's just worth keeping an eye on what happens after. Well, totally unnecessary from Bassam Al-Rawi. The play is clearly stopped. Don't think he at all intends to kick it straight at Álvaro Medran, but there's no need to play the ball like that after the whistle. It's played out of frustration. The yellow card is an appropriate sanction. And then all of this afterwards. Fourth official has to come on. It looks as though things have calmed down. And Álvaro Medran is going to have the opportunity to exact revenge in the most satisfying of ways. Hassan Al Amri is coming off. He was evidently in some pain early on in the game as well. He will surely be frustrated because he hasn't had many chances to start games this season, and he's worked hard. And replacing him, very experienced Nawaf Al-Sobhi, 32-year-old, born in Mecca. Just his second ever AFC Champions League game. Well, Bassam Al-Rawi is intimating that he called an elbow. He's getting in a tangle with Luindama. There's very little there, isn't there? It's all got a touch staccato. Now, who will keep their focus? Álvaro Medran's delivery will test the goalkeeper. Should be cleared and is. Pressure from Al-Taawoun. Well, again they feel that an injustice has been carried out. Sumayhan Al-Khabit on this occasion. Oh, yes, Toby Alderweireld needs that attended to. It's not a pleasant one. Doesn't look as though he's too bothered. Just wants to get treated fast. Naturally, all blood stoppages have to be attended to immediately. Let's have a look at how it happened. It's his own goalkeeper, actually. Yep, no doubt about that. That's Salah Zakaria. Well, I suggested in the first half, I wonder how it feels for Salah Zakaria to know that Toby Alderweireld is playing just in front of him. Now Toby Alderweireld knows how it feels. Know that Salah Zakaria is playing just behind him. Well, one back. Tawamba. Just about kept by Hazza Al-Hazza. Can they craft a chance out of this? Just about intercepted. Tawamba looking to flick it on. And safety first on that occasion from Sultan Al-Breik. The man who's 26 today. suppose on a technicality, Sultan Al Break's birthday was yesterday, because it is now 1:45 in the morning. Can't be many instances in a football match where a player has gone onto the pitch on the day of their birthday and left it the next day. Well, the game has petered out at the moment. It needs an injection in the form of a shot or two here and there. Or just them at their best. Looks like he's okay to get back on now, Alderweireld. Certainly seems there will have to be a considerable amount of time added on by Mohamed Sarai. Zakaria played in all of Al Duhail's games last season. He's also played in the FIFA Club World Cup. Yet to play for the national team at senior level, but has been an under-23 international for them. Ala Eldin. Mustafa does well, but it is Balobaid who does better. Really good work from the left back. So much possession for Al Duhail, but it is not counting for any significant advantage at the moment. Al-Khabit down. Right back, born in Egypt, Ala Eldin. Had a very long career at Al Rayyan. Best part of a decade there. Alderweireld is helped out by Zakaria. He owed him that. Goalkeeper opts for the sensible and safe option as we are into the last 15 minutes, though there will certainly be some sizable additional time. Substitute Nawaf Al-Sobe at the back. In terms of the options on the substitutes bench for Jean van den Brom, lots of very inexperienced players. And you just wonder, is there an opportunity for one of them to come on and have a heroic moment in front of the home fans? Or is he going to stick with the safe options? It's clear that Ismail Mohammed is going to come on for Al Duhail. And this will be an interesting move from Hernan Crespo. Unsurprisingly, Almoez Ali coming off. The hope being, one imagines, that Mohammed will be able to provide some opportunities, create some chances. He's making his 50th appearance in the Champions League. Milestone moment for a player in search of a first goal in the competition. Now space unexpectedly for Saad Balobaid, and he does not take full advantage. Sassi. And here is the substitute, Ismail Mohammed. Oh, the shot has turned out to be a complete accident, and it almost ended up in the back of the net. Great defending by Yazid El Bakka. Edmilson Junior eventually receiving the ball. Mustafa, did he intend that? Then Nam tried to play it on to Edmilson Junior. It is a pass, actually, not a shot. It was a good piece of vision from Mustafa. And a great intervention by Yazid El Bakka. Goalkeeper never really threatened, despite the presence of Alderweireld. Slightly tricky situation for Al-Bakawi. That's going to be offside, though. Well, no, play pulled back for a foul. Ismail Mohammed brought down, to the evident displeasure of many of the Al-Taawoun players. He's had a great season, Balobaid, the number 31 for Al-Taawoun. Been a standout player when there haven't been many of them. Goes back to Alderweireld. No, it doesn't. Great leap from Luindama. And with the restart. Nice ball to Edmilson Junior on the other flank. And that is often the case. It is Balobaid with the key challenge. Edmilson Junior with the corner kick. Alderweireld. Well, we'll just call that a wonderful ball to Ala Eldin. The referee very clear in that decision straight away. Yellow card to Leon Tawamba. He must keep his composure now. Just considered to be a little shove on Al-Rawi. And quite astutely, John van den Brom just coming across and saying to Tawamba, leave it, leave it. Does anyone have a winning goal in them? Do they settle for the draw? Not when he's around. Not when he's around. Oh, another great interception. Edmilson Junior on the verge of putting that into the back of the net with a great piece of skill. Controls it wonderfully, skips beyond Abdallah Mohammed. Yazid El Bakka has been a most important part of this game. a hopeful effort and an unsuccessful one. Nilsson Junior again. Last goal before today was in the 6-1 win over Salal on the 2nd of March in the league. Surely John van den Brom will be satisfied with the determination that he's seen in a team that is going to have to engage in a real battle at the bottom of the table. And had that effort from Leandre Tawamba not come back off the post, then we could be talking about a very different kind of match. Tawamba holds off Duhail, pulls it back. It's a brilliant piece of play. Álvaro Medran, his first ever goal in the AFC Champions League. And his first goal for the club. It's a magical moment for Al-Taawoun. And the man who so often puts it in this time sets up a very unlikely goal scorer. Duhail 1, Al-Taawoun 2. Álvaro Medran, the 28-year-old from Cordoba in Spain. What a good finish. But it's excellent strength from Tawamba. But that is the moment of sheer intelligence. Great vision. How can you have vision when you're not looking? But you know what I mean. And he looks back straight afterwards, knowing that Medran has arrived exactly in the right place, watching on Karim Boudiaf, who couldn't believe that that space was found. Well played, Leandre Tawamba, whose contribution to this game has been huge. Mohamed testing Al-Bakawi, who just about got the job done. It is about to turn 1 o'clock in the morning in Buraida, Saudi Arabia. What's that great footballing cliche? They'll be dancing into the night. Well, it already is the night. We're dancing into the early morning. Now the pressure on Duhail, who've been given a real test. And it's a test that they do not appear to be in danger of passing. Tawamba, that time it doesn't work. He has had a great game though. Nilsson Junior. Can they get a moment of brilliance from him? The goalkeeper gathers at the second time. Motaz Al-Bakawi had a shaky start to the game, but he's done okay. He's done better than okay. Changes about to be made by Hernan Crespo. Looks like he's bringing on a most interesting and impressive young player. More on that in a moment. Alderweireld flicks it to the stand-in captain, Karim Boudiaf. Good challenge from Hazza Al-Hazza. Out to Ala Eldin. Cutting across and making it impossible for Ala Eldin was Al-Khabit. Now to the changes. Well, we wondered if one of the youngsters on the bench for Al-Taawoun was going to be the hero. What about for Al-Duhail? Abdelrahman Mustafa comes off, and the 18-year-old Rashid Abdulaziz Al Abdallah comes on. Also coming on is Abdullah Al Ahrak, the 24-year-old. But it's very interesting that this teenager has been deployed. He scored in the 6-1 win against Salal on the 2nd of March. 2 appearances in the league. He's highly rated. He's got 5 minutes to change this game. Ismail Mohammed. Nam to Alderweireld, who's really playing in midfield now. Edmilson, Alderweireld. Played back by Fajani Sassi. There, the young man plays the ball on, and it has fallen to Al Ahrak at the back post. Edmilson Junior, great stop. What a splendid piece of keeping by Motaz Al-Bakawi. He only played 1 game in the league before today. He's barely featured this season. Oh, he's featured today. Just about curves his right leg out to deal with that. Abdullah Al Ahrak. Goes towards Alderweireld at the back post. It was actually Bassam Al-Rawi who touched the ball. With no Karim Boudiaf on the pitch anymore, it's Ismail Mohammed who's wearing the armband. Good ball out by Al Abdallah, the substitute, the 18-year-old. Al Ahrak, eventually it goes through to Edmilson Junior and the goalkeeper. Another important save. And again, we just remind ourselves, how did this game begin? It began with Edmilson Junior stealing the ball when Al-Bakawi made quite some mistake. And this is a young player who one imagines his head will have dropped as he did that. And thought, they've given me the big chance, I haven't taken it. Well, what steeliness from the goalkeeper. What resolve and what resilience to play the sort of game he has done since then. And as things currently look, they'll be remembering Al-Bakawi's contribution for his saves, not for his mistake. And they'll certainly be remembering Tawamba's contribution. What a game he's had. A splendid goal, a piece of trickery, and another piece of trickery to set up Álvaro Medran for what, as things stand, is the winner. Just threw everything he had at that ball, Luyendama. Even though Al-Taawoun have had scarcely any possession, they have taken the chances. What a fascinating first match day of the 2022 AFC Champions League at the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium. The last moment of the game, the last opportunity for Al-Duhail. It seems as though their Champions League campaign is going to begin in defeat. Oh, it's just about kept in play by Mohamed. Fearsome challenge by Al-Hazar. And he's kept the ball, and that might be enough. He'll just run this surely into the corner now. Al-Hazar instead. He forces the foul from Mohamed Ala El-Din. And the fans of the Wolves now can breathe a sigh of relief because they are almost there. It will just be time for Samaihan Al-Habib to restart the game. Tawamba has the ball, holds it up. Can they get it forward? Did you see that one coming? Did you imagine that a team who has just won the Emir Cup would lose to a team who's in a relegation battle? If you did, then you knew something that most people didn't. You believed in John Van den Brom's team, and you were right to. They transformed the game. Edmilson Junior's 7th-minute goal was not enough. And the main architect of it all was the excellent Leon Tawamba. He has been their key player all season. He scored a beautiful goal, but he also provided with a dexterous back heel the chance for Álvaro Medran to put the ball in off the post, to beat Salah Zakaria and to beat Al-Duhail. Well done, John Van den Brom. A terrific first game in charge in AFC Champions League action. At the King Abdullah Sports City Stadium, it finishes Al-Duhail 1, Al-Taawoun 2. Great atmosphere, great entertainment. And there is the match winner, Álvaro Medran, the 28-year-old from Spain, assisted by Leon Tawamba, who got the equalising goal. And well done to the young goalkeeper, Mortaz Al-Bakawi, as well. We'll leave you with scenes of celebration as Al-Taawoun are victorious here in their home ground in front of their home fans. We're underway in the AFC Champions League 2022. See you soon.